Hey guys, let me go ahead and just start off with our fun beard fact for the week. We did you know that the average man will grow around 10 yards of a beard throughout their lifetime? The average person will grow about 30 feet, which equals about 10 yards. My name is Ray, and welcome to Bearding Without Borders. All right, guys, we got a great show tonight lined up. It's actually going to be somebody that I actually met back in 2018. I'm pretty sure it was 2018 at Beards Behind Bars, but have recently kind of reconnected and started to kind of get to know him in the club that he's founded called Big Ben Beardsman. Uh, Bringing him on to the show tonight to talk about the competition he's got coming up on the 24th called Beards on the Bend. This is the second year they're doing it, and they're doing it for Square One. It's actually a really good cause, and I'm gonna let him kind of get into some details on how that came about. We're gonna walk through his journey. So please welcome Travis Drenner to the show. Hey, Travis.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Once again, I do want to thank you for coming on with me tonight. I know that you are a busy person. I know that this weekend you've got the Bearded Family reunion going on, and you'll be sitting down with Sinning on Sunday uh, to do a live shoot with them, with Billy, and I'm pretty sure Chris will be there. So it's going to be a great time for you guys. But I wanted to get you on here and talk a little bit about Beards on the Bend and some of the other things that you guys have done recently, and kind of get your story. So let's go ahead and kind of start. Like I said, we met back in I can't remember if it was 2017 or 2018 for Beards Behind Bars. It was the last one they did up there in Mansfield. It was a great time, and I remember distinctly seeing your mustache and going, "Wow!" So with the handlebar that you had, um, I was still kind of getting adjusted, but yeah, you always carried yourself well at the comp and everything I've seen you do. So really, what I want to know to start is how did you get into the bearding side or the bearding community? Having a little bit of technical difficulty. Can you hear me? Okay.
You froze up on me.
Sorry, we're having some technical. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so I was mainly asking, how did you get inside the bearding community? Like, how did you discover that beard competitions and the beard club world kind of existed?
By accident. Logan had a beard and I had never tried to grow one. And he had went to, I think it was Bachfest in Cincinnati and showed me pictures. And I'm like, this is a thing. All right, let's try it. So I started growing a beard from that point on and have since surpassed him. And he's kind of fell out of it, but he really changed everything for me and what we do day to day and our weekends and our lives. So it's been a great change.
So, how long have you been growing your beard? How long have you been growing your beard there, Travis?
Uh, right around 6 years, I believe. I think come October, maybe my seventh. Kind of lost track.
Well, I don't know. It looked like you grew pretty much just had that beard your entire life. It's a good length on that. I've been
It's been
growing this
a
one for about 2 years, so I already know the answer to this question just because I've competed against you. And but I do got to ask, what's your favorite category?
as far as competing, I love this full beard styled mustache.
What drew you to that? Like, what made you decide to go with the styled mustache? Can you hear me okay, Travis?
Yes.
Okay. So what drew you to the styled mustache part of the competition? Was it just, you got a nice long mustache, decided to do something with it, or did you have like a significance behind that, or?
Use what you got, and it's something that I have that a lot of people don't have as far as lengthwise on a mustache. So
I understand that one all too well. That's always the first thing that I get compliments about when I go up for competition. So we're going to kind of dive in a little bit more onto the club side and how you kind of came about founding the Big Ben Beardsman and kind of get that story because you've told me a little bit here and there, but I'd like to kind of hear a little bit more about it if I can.
you was froze up for all that, bud.
All right. So, what I was saying is, I wanted to kind of hear how you founded Big Ben Beardsman, how it came about, and what it is you guys have been doing inside your community and around Ohio.
The Beardsman was a dream of mine, but I didn't. I wanted to be in a club, but there was nothing in our area. The Barons and Taxi Phil was some of the first people that I was around that really kind of spurred it on. And the more and more I was around them, the more I wanted one here. And finally just got a group of people together and said, hey, I got this crazy idea. And the majority of all of them jumped on board and have been there ever since. And it really has helped make this a club. I mean, it's not me. It's the group of all of them. I just had a crazy idea and they bring it to fruition.
Yeah, I know you guys have had a lot of fun and you guys have done a lot of good in the community. One of the things that I actually have seen pictures of, and we're going to bring it up here, is that you guys just cleaned the levee wall. And I'm guessing that's in your hometown.
Yes, that's actually about 3 blocks from my house. It's right on the Ohio River. That's where we have the Sternwell Festival at, and all the boats park down through there. But with all the floods that we have, it ends up getting overgrown with vegetation, and we have to kind of jump in and try to help the town and get it pretty and nice for all the boats that come in. That they come and they stay all week when they're here. So we like to make their front yard look nice.
Absolutely, and I was looking through the pictures earlier, and it's a little thing that people don't necessarily think about, but it makes a big impact, especially on a small town like Pomeroy.
Or let alone see unless you are on the river because it's completely obscured from town. So it
Right.
gets overlooked quite a bit unless you're out on the water.
So, and I think that's a great cause. Like, and that's the biggest thing is a lot of these. I've seen in my time a lot of these clubs or these competitions will start looking at they want to do you know, a big charity or something like that. But it's really about working with your communities and making things better for where you live. One of my taglines for the show is to leave things better than how you found it. And you guys have really embraced that and done a lot for your town. So charities, of course, since we're talking about that, is a big part of what we do inside our community. I know that for Beards on the Bend for 2022, you guys are choosing Square One.
Correct.
So how did you guys come about that one? Was it, like you already knew like some people there, or is this something that, you've been working with for a while?
Well, we've tried to look around for newer charities to donate to, and not to be negative toward what you see majority of the time as far as veterans or Toys for Tots. We wanted to try to do something a little different than what you typically see, and this has kind of been the year for the woman in our area. We've tried to do other stuff geared toward female to help them out, and this being a domestic a shelter for domestic violence toward women. And it's new in our area, and they're trying to branch out from one city to our city, and we're trying to help that along. because we typically choose somebody different every year. I mean, we don't just pick one and be done. We want to spread it around and help out all the small ones that we can so they become big.
Absolutely. And I haven't had much of an opportunity to dig into Square One. I know what they're about, and like I know it's a good cause of what you guys are doing. Um, and I hope I hope at this competition you guys can raise some really good money to help them out and help progress their work further. So speaking of the actual, we got Billy on. It looks like. Hey, Billy. Uh, so speaking about the Beards on the Bend, I know it's already been up on the event page and it's been shared out a lot. We do have the commercial for Beards on the Bend that our very own designs put together. So let's go ahead and get that played out for you guys. So you can guys, for the ones who haven't seen it, we'll be putting it up on our page as well. And it looks like an awesome little town. I've never been to Pomeroy myself. I've been up near there because it's not too far from Akron, right? But I've not actually made it to Pomeroy, but looks like it'd be a fun place. I'm gonna have to make that trip up there at some point.
We love
So
that. Yeah.
definitely. So getting prepped for the event, we've been talking about that. What's been the hardest part about putting the Beards on the Bend event together?
And this is going to sound probably really wrong, but honestly, nothing. I
Nothing.
no. I'm telling you, the group of people that we have, all volunteer, jump in, want to help out, have great ideas. I mean, there's almost nothing left on the back burner. They think of everything. I mean, as a club, I can't be more proud. Absolutely nothing is left out. Yeah,
That's
our
awesome.
first
It's
one, we had some bumps and some learning curves, but that's what it was for. And we're going into this one a lot more confident this year than our first. Uh, a lot less butterflies, I believe.
so. What was the challenge in that first year?
Just trying to organize where we wanted everything, how everybody was going to walk up, where the cameraman was going to be at, just where to put everything. And we thought we had a huge space, and I'm starting to think maybe we don't have that big of a space because a whole lot more people came, I think, than we were expecting, and I'm hoping for more this year.
It's always a good thing when you can outgrow the space that you work in.
It is and
So
it's not. We love where it's at. It's like the perfect spot. The venue's awesome. They treat us really good there. It overlooks the time. It's it's perfect.
that it looks like a good spot. I can't wait to see photos and videos that come out of that comp going on September 24th. So you kind of answered this because it's the same answer. Is what's been the easiest part about setting the events up? But sounds like your team is already on board. So
You got a good team here.
uh,
There's really no worries.
absolutely, absolutely. Now we kind of touched on this a little earlier, but I do want to kind of throw it back out there. How has the getting involved in the bearding community changed your life?
It it has changed everything. I mean, from how we spend all of our free time to the people that we're around now, and I mean, we're never just stuck at home bored ever, and then we're constantly on the go, which can be cumbersome at times, but we enjoy it and we wouldn't trade it for anything. And I mean, our life has done a complete 360 since we did this.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that when you get into it, it really kind of I'm not gonna say it, like it kind of sucks you in, and I know that kind of sounds bad, but it it's a good way of going about things. Like you really want to be involved on a daily basis, and you want to communicate and talk with people. Hey, what's up, Dad? Uh, it's always good to have like-minded individuals around you because if you if you're in that position to where everybody's kind of got the same goal, it may be a different path, but it's the same goal. Then if they grow, you grow, and you're happy for them at that point. And so it becomes a mutual thing to be able to move forward and progress. And that's something that I've really kind of fallen in love with inside the bearding community, is that everybody is always wanting to work with each other.
Uh, it becomes infectious when you're around good people doing good things. It gets infectious very quick
It really does.
and almost competitive.
Oh, I mean, there's always that bit of competition in there. You picking on me about the shorter length of my beard than yours, um, but so going kind of back into the competition, I noticed that you judge a lot. So did that start? Is that something that you've been doing now for a while, or is this kind of a recent thing?
I've done it. I don't know. Past couple of years, have been asked here and there, and it's a good side of it. And there's times you wish you weren't up there because you don't get to go hang out with all your friends. It's an honor whenever you get asked to judge, and I enjoy it every time.
So, what's the biggest challenge, or what's the biggest thing that you look for when you're judging?
That's tough. It depends
Hey,
on
Chris.
category, but
Uh,
I like. Well, it's really hard to put. Be honest with you. I mean, I like to see styles like mine. I like to see guys really trying to not trim their mustache down. Number one, let it go. Uh, I,
okay, that's fair.
and I like mainly an ungroomed beard. I guess would be the best way to say it. It's let it all go.
It's I guess it's. I mean, and I know judging wise, it's a little bit different for everybody. From what I've gathered, I've never sat in the judges chair. I'm just still getting back into the competition scene myself. So it's nice to hear a bit of the insight on what you guys look for. Like for me, I'm doing styled mustache. Obviously, that is your go-to category. Um, so I look for pointers and stuff like that for comp. But thank you for the information on that. I'm kind of intrigued by the whole judging and the judges panel and how that plays out. And I've been paying attention to some of the categories. Looks like you guys are going to have quite a few categories for beards on the bend. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Which category are you looking forward to the most on the on at beards on the bend?
I think we're both back now.
Okay, we've been having some technical difficulties back and forth, as you guys have probably have seen. Not sure if it's on my side or if it's on Travis's side. So just bear with us, guys. We're gonna work through it and get everything kind of sorted out. The question I put out there was, what's the biggest category that you're looking forward to at Beards on the Bend this year?
The Whiskerinas and the kids. Both are my favorites. There's
Uh,
three of my favorites
I,
right there.
I'm going to tell you, like the creativity that the Whiskerinas put out there, um, it astounds me. Like to see how these younger kids and these women, they're coming in and they're thinking of stuff that we wouldn't necessarily think of. It's it's absolutely amazing. I know Annabelle is one of your favorites.
Absolutely.
Definitely one of mine. I'm a little biased because she's the daughter of one of my best friends, and she kills it every single time. And I know she's got a good one planned for your comp.
She's
I'm
been
excited to
teasing
see
me
how
with
that
it.
goes.
Don't know what it is yet.
Oh, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out up there. Definitely want to. I'm excited to see how that goes. Um, Now, like I told you when we first started talking about this a couple weeks ago about you coming onto the show. Um, I do have a final question that we're going to kind of dive into here, and you can answer it however you want. So, what is your guilty pleasure, or something that maybe people don't know a lot about you, or maybe even an embarrassing moment inside the bearding community?
Uh, my guilty pleasure is bourbon, number one. But as far
That's
as
not
I
a
know,
guilty pleasure.
facts,
That's an absolute pleasure. So,
most people might find it strange, but I actually sew. I used to sew for work on a industrial machine, and which has played around really good into this.
so you sew. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. That's something that I've never learned, but I've always had some kind of interest in learning a little more about it. So, are you back now? There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. So what's one of the most embarrassing moments you've had in the bearding community?
I really don't think I've really had any other than I had to be tended to once because I had to go get first place prize and they couldn't find me.
Where were you hiding?
Outside, might have been drinking a little bit.
Might
Just
have. I'm
might have.
I'm pretty sure there might have.
I had to have a handler that night. I have not done that since.
Well, since you brought it up, what's your favorite bourbon? What's your go-to bourbon?
There you are.
Yeah. What's your go-to bourbon, Travis?
Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare. All right. I'm an EH Taylor guy myself, but Eagle Rare is always a good gem to get.
If you
Been
can
actually
find
really
it.
hard to find it here. So,
Hard to find anywhere anymore.
well, if I come across a bottle, I'll make sure to hold you one out. So
I'd appreciate
I'll keep that in mind.
it. Come
All
to
right.
Pomeroy on the 24th, and I'll break open a bottle and we can share it.
Ooh, don't tempt me. So, actually, tempt me all you want. But all right. So that's going to be kind of where we wrap up here tonight. Uh, Travis, absolute pleasure. I'd love to have you back on and do a follow up after Beards on the Bend, so we could talk more about it, and we can kind of cover up what you guys were able to raise for Square One.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and end here. Keep in mind that Travis will be live with Billy Breaker and Ron Rice, I believe, is on the list. Red should be on the list as well on Sunday. On Sinners on Sunday. I'm excited to see that show and see how much fun you guys are having. I'm sure that there will be drinks involved.
Oh, it's
Just
going to
sad.
be awesome.
I'm just sad I'm gonna miss it. So, but once again, Travis, thank you for coming on. I hope it's a great rest of your evening and safe travels down to the event. So, hey guys, thank you guys for bearing with us on the technical difficulties we were having. We're not really sure what side it was. We will definitely be doing a follow up with Travis after the event for Beards on the Bend so we can get a little more information and see how much they were able to raise. Keep in mind, like, these people are coming out here, and these events are always going to be geared towards doing something better for the community. And Travis has embodied the idea of what this bearding community is all about. He has been able to get involved in his local community, in his hometown, and help make it better. And that's something that you can do everywhere. You know, like, it doesn't matter if you've got a club to back you. It's all about how much you're willing to put in there. Whether you live in a big city or in a small town, always reach out and see what else you can help with, and see if there's something that you can do to make things better. Always strive to leave things better than how you found it. And once again, guys, like always, it's all about leaving a legacy. I'm Ray. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Bearding Without Borders. I will say that we've got some great interviews coming up. I'm not going to go into too many details. I will say that next week's episode will be a pre-recorded episode, just due to the fact that I'm going to be out of town. But we will have Taxi Phil from the Cincinnati Beard Barons coming on to talk about Big Whisker Revival. As a matter of fact, Taxi actually gave me 2 tickets for Big Whisker Revival, which is going to be October 1st in Newport, Cincinnati area. And we're going to go ahead and do a giveaway with those. So the idea is to like, share. Once we hit about 150 likes on the page, we're going to start running it. And then what we'll do is we'll do a randomizer. And by next Thursday, we will announce the winner, and you will get 2 free tickets to make it to Big Whisker Revival. So with that, this is our show tonight, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. For everybody that's going to make it out to the Bearded Family Reunion, safe travels and have a lot of fun. And I hope to see some great pictures. Mad love, and have a great night. I know I said it.